I'd like to present to you an idea that your emotions are part of a larger pathway. The sensation, emotion, and need pathway. And we're pinged by all kinds of things in nature as we go through life and society that give our body a physical sensation, maybe shaking. That turns into an emotion we can put a name on, and leads us to meet a need that we have, right? So there's these feedback loops, and it is very useful to know what steps are on the feedback loop, because then we can meet our needs. And there's nothing better than meeting needs, right? There's absolutely nothing better than meeting needs. If there's something better than meeting needs, that could be a need of yours to meet, and guess what? It doesn't get better than that. But for some bizarre reason, many emotions are taboo. Okay? Don't feel angry. Some people don't get mad at somebody for feeling sad, believe it or not. And then, not only that, but even if people don't have emotions as taboo, they A, can't even identify them, and B, don't know where they're pointing them. Okay? So someone feels jealous, but where's the awareness of knowing where that jealousy came from and what is the optimum way to fill the need that the jealousy is pointing you to find that you have, right? Welcome to self-awareness. So we have the sensation, emotion, and need pathway that is critical for being aware of how to meet our own needs. It's critical to identify the steps on it to meet the needs of others and see what needs they have to kind of put their behavior in perspective also, for many reasons. And just to know what all these emotions are, be able to name them, and then be able to identify where they're pointing us to. And some people might critique this and say, yeah, well, what about reflexes? What about cognitive biases? Things that help us fill a need without having an emotion in the middle. Yeah, because those are so critical. Our body can skip over an emotion so we don't have to be aware that we're filling our need, because it would be so detrimental in certain circumstances not to take immediate action, right? So we have reflexes and cognitive biases that spur us into action before we even know that. But assuming many situations do not take place where they feel natural, for example, all kinds of electronic media, talking with people saying bizarre stuff that we're not expecting. We might not be pre-wired for that, and our emotions help us stay agile for unexpected environments and situations. Okay? If we're only pre-programmed like a cellular automaton with reflexes and some cognitive biases thrown in, then we won't be very agile. And one trait of being human is being agile and adaptable to our environment. Environments in all kinds of the sense. Natural environments, meta environments, weird social environments, cubicle environments, entrepreneurial environments, talking to a camera lens environment, listening to a screen environment, all kinds of different environments. And our emotions give us agility that we can be aware of. Now, to get a grasp on this, the simplest way that takes a lot of effort is to take 3 lists of physical sensation vocabulary, emotion vocabulary, and need vocabulary. I also made a web app where you can scroll through them. I call it Emo Scroll. I also made cards, okay, where you play each card and form triads of sensation, emotion, and need. Triad, sensation, emotion, need, triad. And then it becomes a game where the other players meet a need, and then you each get a point, right? First 10 wins or whatever you decide. So there's all kinds of ways. Physical movement, scrolling, writing or identifying vocabulary on a list, and that's the game, friends. Comes down to vocabulary. One good way for the really purists out there that want to get to the root of vocabulary is to have a fireside chat and attempt to describe your emotion, right? We're going back to the origins of speech and describing abstract thought by a fireside. And you can kind of make your own vocabulary, but it's really useful to start with a pre-existing language. But you're welcome to make your own language model by a fireside at the origins of abstract communication, which is quite fun, by the way. But the trick is to go from the sensations you feel in your environment to an abstract idea of naming an emotion to actively meeting that need and being agile to new environments, right? That's what we do. We take sensations, turn them into abstract thoughts, and meet needs in new environments, especially crazy social environments. So good luck and happy triad building of sensations, emotions,